What is up with it? Today we are back. We are going old school again, back-to-back days. We're going to be watching some of my gameplay. This is going to be a high-ranked ladder gameplay versus Vegapunk. I believe I was about 10th on the ladder at this time. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this yesterday. It's been a while since we've watched my gameplay on the channel, so figured we'd do it again. Also thought that this was a bit of an interesting game because Vegapunk games get pretty grindy. Also, I think I definitely probably made some mistakes. I know the Vegapunk player for sure made some mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see those. Also, shout outs to my Metafy supporters. They're the ones who make videos like that possible. If you'd like to help keep the channel going, if you'd like to help support me and you can afford it, please check out the link in the description. Okay, so win the rock paper scissors, choose to go second. Gonna go ahead and keep this hand. It's got a searcher, it's got Sanji and Pudding, it's got Robin. I kind of decided also Electrical Luna can be good in this matchup if they're not playing stage. I kind of decided when I saw this opening hand that I wanted to try a little bit of a different line versus Vegapunk. I wanted to see how the game goes if I play Robin on 4 and block, and then play the Sanji Pudding on 5. And my thought process for why I wanted to try that was that I feel like versus Vegapunk, obviously it's going to be a deck that tries to aggro you down. So by establishing this blocker, you're going to alleviate a little bit of that pressure, because they're going to swing probably like an 8 on this turn, right? Like this is their 5 dawn turn. They don't have like really clean things to play on 5. Like theoretically, like the best thing they can do is like play a Lilith and leader effect, right? And if they do that, then they're going to go like 6, 7 Lilith leader effect. And when they do that, you can block the 7, and this can save you a card, while you're still a pretty vulnerable 5k leader, right? So my theory was like, this will help alleviate the pressure. Also, it will make it so that my first Sanji and Pudding gets a draw. This is like a little bit of a slower, longer game. So in some ways, like I'm more okay with Dawn minusing early with this Robin, because like by me choosing to do this, I will draw 2 cards. And this is also a matchup where you don't struggle to stick bodies. So I think it's like not as important to like get this Zoro on 4, especially because like the time where it's easiest for them to remove the Zoro is when you play it on 4. So I just kind of wanted to see how it goes. Also establishing like Sanji and Pudding is going to help keep your Dawn up, which one of your loss conditions can be that they just like aggro you down so fast that you stay at too low of a Dawn count. So I just kind of wanted to see how this goes. They swing 8-8. I'm gonna go ahead and play out the Vegapunk into the Lilith. The Vegapunk's going to have to trash the Edison, but they're going to go ahead and draw the Nami after that. So pretty fortunate for us that that we drew a third Sanji and Pudding, and we found the stage. So actually we don't have to worry about the Sanji and Pudding getting removed by the Onami. And we can go ahead and just swing 8 into the York. Could have also swung into the Atlas, doesn't really matter. They're going to go ahead and swing 8 again. When we look at their Dawn, they're actually not going to be swinging 8 3 times. You have to imagine that they're just going to go 8, 9, and use scale. I'm down to just take both. I have a Robin, which is going to be very sticky, not easy for them to remove at all. The Sanji and Pudding is going to replace itself, and it's going to make my leader effect pretty free. And I'm going to be able to swing at his board a couple times here. So we know at most he's going to have 3 swings next turn. I have a billion cards in hand. I'm going to have a blocker. So I think everything to this point, I feel pretty good about my plays to this point in the game. Gonna go ahead and just go 7. I could honestly probably go 8. Going 8 is probably a little bit better there. I don't need to bluff the giant. I do have a fair bit of counter. I guess let's think about it, right? So that's a 6. So let's say it lives. I go 8 and it lives, okay? Let's say he has another Nami in hand and he pops this. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 8 Dawn remaining. You could go like 8, 8, 9. He can go 8, 8, 9. Counter. Okay, so no, I actually like keeping it on up. Because if he does have the Nami and he is able to pop this Robin after countering for the Atlas, then I die. I think even if this finds a 2k, I die, right? Like 8, I give 2, 1. 8, I'd have to give like 2, 2. Yeah, and then the 9. The 9 I can't get out of it with this Robin. But if I leave a Dawn up and they do that, first of all, they're less likely to do that because I have a Dawn up with 10 cards in hand, so they don't really think that they can ever kill me there. And second of all, even if they do try to go for it, my Robin can bail me out and find me a Gum Gum Giant. So I think I like the route that I took here. So they're going to go ahead and swing 9. We're comfortable to just block. And here we actually have to decide between the 4th Sanji and Pudding and the Gum Gum Giant. And just feeling maybe a little vulnerable and taking the Gum Gum Giant. If I had another Robin, maybe I would have taken the Sanji and Pudding. But here we actually get to... we get everything, right? We're just like so in there. We get to both play the Robin and leave up a Dawn. And I've been choosing to boost my Robins rather than my Sanji and Puddings because I have 2 of them. Like whichever Sanji and Pudding I don't boost is going to get popped anyways. So I might as well make the Nico Robin a 4. Or higher than a 3. I'll make it a 5 so that way it can't be popped by Luffy, which can pop a 4. So still feeling pretty good actually about everything I've done so far this game. And yep, here's that Nami. They're gonna go ahead and pop the Sanji and Pudding. Obviously a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. They're gonna go 6, 6. We're gonna go ahead and counter out of these. One last 6, and here we can actually decide if we want to block or not. I actually kind of don't hate it. Let's just keep this going. Yep. And here we're gonna like pretty reasonably be able to kill the board, I think. Kind of want to see an 8 into 6 here potentially, but we can always start with the search. Unfortunately, we don't get to make Dawn as free as we did before, because we only have 1 Sanji and Pudding rather than 2. I really want to see us, because they have a Dawn up and they put a Please Save Me in Life, kind of tells me they probably have another one. So yeah, I don't really want to swing 8. They'll be able to get rid of that for 1 card. We can just swing for 9, boost our Sanji and Pudding. They don't have any ways to interact with the Sanji, so we don't have to worry about that. They're just going to swing 14. We're just going to give the Sanji blocker. Decks like this, or games like this, are actually why I really like Robin, by the way. I think like Robin, if you think about it, has produced me so many cards, has kept me in this game. She's really sticky and really strong. So here, gonna go ahead and go 6 at the Nami, just see if he's willing to get taxed at all. And here we can go ahead and Usopp this Rocket Luffy. And we can just swing 8 at it. I think at this point, I'm looking more to build a bit of a board. Not really in any rush to do anything here. It is possible they could play a rush card like the ace, but if they play ace, it only swings 12, and I know I can get out of a 12, so I don't need to establish any blockers this turn. Which is also why I was kind of down to play the Usopp. So this turn, I think this turn I play a little too afraid, the more I think about it. Like, this turn I should really be like, I should be swinging at him, and I think I don't. Like, what am I afraid of, right? Like, so this will put a body on board, but like, if I had just chosen to play Sanji rather than this, like, does that actually matter? I don't think so. So then I get the ability to like swing again, and like he gets to put like another body on board, yes. But like, again, I have a Sanji on board and Gum Gum Giants in my hand, so like, do I actually care? I think the answer is no. He can't remove my Sanji in any meaningful way. Really in any way at all. Like, I guess like Kata would be like the one way. And he gets some bodies, like he's gonna bring back like Vegapunk probably twice if there's two of them in his grave. So he'll like get some blockers and he'll get some real bodies. That Vegapunk card, by the way, is so custom. And then the question is like, am I down to swing more? And I think the answer would also be yes. I'll probably like get to force some blocks and stuff. So I think this turn I played like a little too scared, and I should have just like pressed W, because like now he does this and then like this is really annoying, right? So gonna go ahead and boost the Sanji. Yeah, going to the moon. Yeah, he's feeling pretty good. This is kind of why I needed to swing last turn also, because like he plays the blockers, right? If I get through the blockers and I get through these, and then like he can't kill me, and then I set up for like a really easy lethal the following turn if he doesn't play more defensive again. But now it's like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he basically has 9 life here, right? So it's like now I can never set up for a lethal this turn, and there's still like kind of the same problems as last turn, where like when I'm swinging at him, he is producing bodies. Yep, and he hits a Shaka. Seems reasonable. I think that's the first one he's hit off of the Vegapunk, so like it's going to happen eventually. This Vegapunk card, man, is actually just a different flavor of Rebecca. It's worse, like objectively worse for a lot of reasons. But if you really think about it, it kind of does the same thing. Thankfully, there's not more good targets. It's like Lilith and Shaka are like the only good targets. If they, oh my goodness, my freaking phone alarm. I'm a bozo. My bad, chat. Yeah, if they print more good targets for that Vegapunk card, it's goobed. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a 2K. I don't really need a 4th giant. And here I decide that I'm gonna stop swinging. I don't think I'm that good at playing versus Vegapunk, to be honest, not yet at least. Still a learning curve for me. Here I stop swinging because I don't want them to summon Vegapunk to get another free body. And here my thought process is, if you want to turn these sideways, I'll just kill them. But I failed to consider that they will actually just turn the Lilith sideways. They actually won't turn anything else sideways. It will be just the Lilith. Um, and they'll just swing big number, which I can get out of. It's like not an issue, but it's like a bit annoying, right? It's going to eat up a lot of my Dawn, which is problematic. We are going to get to filter a lot of my hand though, which is nice. And we also found another Robin, which is also amazing. Here, I think we're going to want to press some damage. We need to set up to kill eventually, I think is the main thing. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and counter out of the 6. That's fine. I think we can just poke 5 here, honestly. Like, if they want to block, that's cool. If they want to give me their last card, that's cool. Here... we can, like, pretty easily math it out. And we can never die to just one body trigger here. Especially, like, if we kill the Lilith, right? Wow, we completely looped our deck. There's that Sanji and Pudding, by the way. Okay, so I'm not swinging again this turn. Okay, word. And I'm also not leader affecting. Because I just want to, like, save that Dawn. I know I'm probably going to use it on the Robin. Actually elect to not Robin here. Interesting. I know I'm probably just setting up for a lethal next turn, I think is basically what's going on here. I do have 4, 6, 7 swings. That said, he has 3, 4, 5, 6 life, so I probably don't get to kill here very often. But he has no cards in hand, right? So, like, sure, I don't get to kill, but he is most of the time going to be forced to use these Shaka blockers, which then in turn is less swings he has to try and kill me. I have a lot of counter in hand. I still have these... I still have a Gum Gum Giant. I still have a blocker. He's going to go ahead and block the 7. Going to go ahead and restand here, getting a Dawn back. Interesting that he decides to block here. I guess he, for whatever reason, decided that there was a please save me in his life there. That's the only reason I can think of why he would block there. Okay, so now he has a couple blockers. I have 6 Dawn. We already got one back from Sanji and Pudding. So really we have access to 8 Dawn here. We're always going to use 3 on Sanji because we can never go for game because he hit this Shaka trigger. So we can go, like, if we don't want a leader skill, because leader skill puts us at, like, really, really low Dawn, like basically 0 Dawn. We can swing 7/7, hope he doesn't have a 2K. Even if he does have a 2K, we still live the all-in this turn, I believe, right? So, like, he blocked 2Ks off of this Shaka. He gets to go, like, 8, or 9, 9, 999. He goes 999. Giant deals with 1. 2K deals. Yeah, we can get out of 999. So really the better numbers for him are like 8, 10, 10. 8 we give 2 cards. 10 we giant. Yeah, and we have a blocker. So we're always surviving. And obviously we're surviving the 10-11 split, obviously. Gonna go ahead and giant here. Probably doesn't make sense to giant here. Probably can just block. But yeah, if we do giant, then we can do something like this where we, and like obviously he's just dead. He has 3 cards. We have infinite swings. But I think the number one thing I should have done differently this game, I think there were a few, but there's this one turn I should have swung. Is it not this one? I think this one. I think this one I swing. I swing at least 2 times. Honestly, I can probably even swing 4 times, right? Like if he, or 6 times or whatever, right? Like let's say he hits a trigger. Like let's say he hits a trigger in all 4. He produces 4 real bodies. I'm going to have a blocker and 3 Gum Gum Giants. I don't think I ever die. So I think I can just like put him to 0, and most of the time he will not hit 4 triggers. I just go like swing 5, like always boosting this, swing 6, swing 7, swing 8, swing 7. Put him down to 0. Let's say he has 4 real bodies. We get to play the Sanji. The Sanji inputting is boosted. We leave up 3 for Gum Gum and we never die. So yeah, I think this game should have ended like way sooner than it did. But good to look back on. Because it is kind of scary when you're looking at this and you're like, damn, I don't really want to give them like free bodies, right? But like they're gonna get the bodies for free eventually. And like if you give them more time, then all of a sudden now they do this. Now it's like, oh, now you have infinite life and it's like really hard for me to get through. So interesting game. Shout out to all my Metafy supporters. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.